Welcome to the Confident Parent series. Today we will be discussing helping your child cope with daily stress and frustration. To adults, childhood can seem like a carefree time, but kids still experience stress. Things like school and their social life can sometimes create pressures that feel overwhelming. As a parent, you can't completely protect your kids from stress, but you can help them develop healthy ways to cope with stress and solve everyday problems. Kids deal with stress in both healthy and unhealthy ways, and while they may not initiate a conversation about what's bothering them, they do want their parents to reach out and help them cope with their troubles.
Anger and frustration are powerful emotions, and children's reactions can be intense in the moment. As adults, we know when our anger buttons are pushed and what we need to do to work through something frustrating and act in an appropriate manner. Kids, however, don't enter this world with a pocket full of frustration management skills. Kids may express their frustrations through tantrums, verbal outbursts, swearing, throwing things, and fighting. They act out because they don't have other ways of coping or managing what's bothering them. Signs that your child is experiencing stress, anxiety, and/or frustration include complaints of stomach aches or headaches, change in appetite, sleep problems or nightmares, bedwetting, difficulty concentrating, behavioral changes such as moodiness, a short temper, or clinginess, development of nervous habits such as nail biting, withdrawing from family or friends, refusal to go to school, and getting into trouble at school.
Here are some quick tips to remember. Show your support by celebrating small victories, highlighting strengths, and applying a can-do attitude. Also, since we are their models of behavior, try to meet your kids with calmness and patience. Developing coping strategies to deal with frustration requires time and practice. The good news is that parents can help kids build frustration tolerance skills at home. With a little bit of guidance and a lot of patience, you can teach your child how to cope when the going gets tough. For young children, learning about body mapping, triggers, using a trigger tracker, creating a MAD list, and deep breathing are all helpful ways to cope with stress. It also teaches persistence, resilience, and how to be proactive.
Body mapping. Body mapping is helpful to kids of all ages. Young children don't make the connections between their bodies and their emotions. They might experience sore muscles from clenching their fists, but they won't stop to think about how their emotional states contribute to those effects. Draw or print the outline of a person and ask your child to think about all the places on their body that feel sore or different when they're mad. Color all of those places red. Tell your child that when those places start to feel red, their body is signaling for them to get help in a frustrating moment.
Learn about triggers. All kids are different, but there are a few common triggers to watch out for. Negative interactions or perceived negative interactions, feeling misunderstood by adults or peers, lack of control, challenging academics, hunger, exhaustion or lack of sleep, transitions, and unexpected situations.
Trigger tracker. You can help your child understand their specific triggers by keeping a trigger tracker. When you talk about a frustrating situation with your child, make a note of what happened just prior to the event, and then what was happening when the meltdown occurred. This will help them understand their emotional reaction and how to manage it.
Create a MAD list. Ask your child to name the things that made them mad. While they vent their emotions, write down their list on a piece of paper. Once the list is complete, ask your child to tear it into tiny pieces and throw them into the trash. This provides a much-needed physical release of emotion.
Deep breathing. When done properly, deep breathing can calm a child's senses and help that child work through a frustrating event without resorting to screaming. The best time to practice deep breathing is when you're both calm. Ask your child to sit comfortably and relax their muscles. Count to 4 while your child inhales, count to 3 while your child holds their breath, and then count to 4 while your child exhales. Repeat this several times and practice regularly. Over time, this process will become second nature, and the meltdown should decrease.
It's not always easy for parents to know what to do for a child who's feeling stressed. As children get older and are seeking their own identity, privacy, and independence, their needs will change, as will the strategies to help them. Here are a few ideas. Notice out loud. Tell your child when you notice that something's bothering them. If you can, name the feeling you think your child is experiencing. Be sympathetic by showing that you care and want to understand. Listen to your child. Ask your child to tell you what's wrong. Listen attentively and calmly with interest, patience, openness, and caring. Comment briefly on the feelings you think your child was experiencing. Doing this shows that you understand what your child felt, why, and that you care. Feeling understood and listened to helps your child feel supported, which is especially important in times of stress. Put a label on it. Many kids do not yet have the words for their feelings. If your child seems angry or frustrated, use words to help him or her learn to identify those emotions by name. Help your child think of things to do. If there's a specific problem that's causing stress, talk together about what to do. Your child's active participation in problem solving will build confidence and autonomy.
Listen and move on. Sometimes talking, listening, and feeling understood is all that's needed to help a child's frustrations begin to melt away. Afterward, try changing the subject and moving on to something more positive and relaxing. Don't give the problem more attention than it deserves. Limit stress where possible. If certain situations are causing stress, see if there are ways to change things. Just be there. Kids don't always feel like talking about what's bothering them. Even when kids don't want to talk, they usually don't want parents to leave them alone. You can help your child feel better just by being there and keeping them company. Be patient. As a parent, it hurts to see your child unhappy or stressed, but try to resist the urge to fix every problem. Instead, focus on helping your child slowly but surely grow into a good problem solver. Parents can't solve every problem as kids go through life, but by teaching healthy coping strategies, you'll prepare your kids to manage the stresses that come in the future. A kid who knows how to roll with life's ups and downs, put feelings into words, calm down when needed, and bounce back to try again is the best we can hope for our children, especially when we are not there to help them.
To help others, you must help yourself. Everyone has stress. It is a normal part of life. In response to these strains, your body automatically increases blood pressure, heart rate, respiration, metabolism, and blood flow to your muscles. This response is intended to help your body react quickly and effectively to high-pressure situations. However, when you are constantly reacting to stressful situations without making adjustments to counter the effects, you will feel stress, which can threaten your health and well-being. The best way to help others is by role modeling healthy stress management yourself. Understanding the effects of stress will help shape the way you manage stress and teach it to others.
Self-care tips for reducing or controlling stress. If you are feeling stressed, there are steps you can take to feel better, though it will take determination, persistence, and time. Some suggestions may help immediately, but if your stress level doesn't seem to improve, it may require more attention and/or lifestyle changes. Be realistic. If you feel overwhelmed by some activities, learn to say no. Eliminate activities that are not absolutely necessary. Shed the Superman, Superwoman urge. No one is perfect, so don't expect perfection from yourself or others. Don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. Meditate. Just 10 to 20 minutes of quiet reflection may bring relief from chronic stress as well as increase your tolerance to it. Use the time to listen to music, relax, and try to think of pleasant things or nothing. Visualize. Use your imagination and picture how you can manage a stressful situation more successfully. Take one thing at a time. Make a list of things you need to get done and start with one task. Once you accomplish that task, choose the next one. The positive feeling of checking off tasks is very satisfying and will motivate you to keep going. Exercise. Regular exercise is a popular way to relieve stress. 20 to 30 minutes of physical activity benefits both the body and the mind. Hobbies. Take a break from your worries by doing something you enjoy. Whether it's gardening or painting, schedule time to indulge your interests.
Share your feelings. A conversation with a friend lets you know that you are not the only one having a bad day, caring for a sick child, or working in a busy office. Don't try to cope alone. Be flexible. If you find you're meeting constant opposition in either your personal or professional life, rethink your position or strategy. Make allowances for others' opinions and be prepared to compromise. Not only will you reduce your stress, you may find better solutions to your problems. Go easy with criticisms. Avoid criticisms about character and try providing constructive suggestions for how someone might do something differently. Where to get help. If you think that you or someone you know may be under more stress than just dealing with a passing difficulty, it may be helpful to speak with a professional. We hope this information is useful to you and the lives of those you choose to shape. Thank you, and remember to support each other and support yourselves.